What up? We're here in the parking lot of the Frisco Library, and today's the 30th of November, and I have to tell you something. I have to be honest with you, you know? So for some context, if you haven't watched some of the previous videos, a couple days ago broke down some of my goals and broke them down specifically into systems, into like affirmations that I can use to continually remind myself of the person that I'm trying to become. And it's icy there. And I've been attempting to use them. Of course, naturally, it went well the first 2 days. I was reading them before bed and in the morning. And then I was also trying to say them out loud. And I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. Is that a fox? Hold on. We interrupt this broadcast. Alrighty then. I'm just gonna keep an eye out over there. Sorry. I'm just watching it run across the library. Anyway, hopefully I don't get eaten. But that is a different problem. Anyway, yeah, I was like, it feels kind of weird to read these out loud. It's kind of awkward, kind of weird. And the other thing I was going to say was, I knew this was going to happen. And I feel like I did talk about this in one of my videos. I knew this would happen. After 2 or 3 days, the inspiration, the motivation wore off. And I was back to just living my normal life. And, the change, it still existed, but I wasn't reinforcing it every day. And that I feel like is what I need to do. Particularly for belief changes and mindset changes. Alex Hormozy has a quote that goes something like, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And I think that's just so perfect. And it's so applicable, particularly to this situation. So anyway, going off of that, I made a new change that I feel like is going to help reinforce this better. There's an app called RemindMe, at least on Android. I don't know if it's on Apple. But if you just look for randomly remind me or random reminders, basically what I did was just now set it up. So I put up all my affirmations, beliefs, things to reinforce as a list, and it'll pick randomly from that list, and at different points in the day it'll send me a notification. And so my plan is every notification I get to read it, and it's I just need to ingrain all of this stuff in my brain. I was thinking about this earlier. I think it's it would be naive to think that you could just change your mindset and change your beliefs, things that may have been ingrained in your mind for years. There are things that have been ingrained in my mind since I was born. So 10, 20, 30 years. It's we can't expect to change those things overnight. We can't expect to just sit down and be oh, I think I'm going to believe this instead. And then all of a sudden your whole identity changes. And it's no, It's like if you're going down the train tracks. You're in a little minecart thing, and you're rowing. What do people? You're doing that like seesaw thing down on the minecart, down the railroad, and that's like your life trajectory. And that is like the tracks are like your mindset, your beliefs, what you believe about the world to be true, your perspective, your paradigms. And if you want to change that, you have to build off of the train tracks. You need to build like there's like a parallel track that's like, oh, the other beliefs. Like you need to build your way over to that. And that means you need to ingrain the beliefs and mindset into your mind. So that is just how I'm thinking about all of this. That like, of course, this has happened so many times in my life. It's like I'm inspired to make a change. I think about, oh, I could do this system, and I'll do this every morning, and I'll do this and this, and it's like 2 days later, when you're just like, you wake up and you're like, oh man, my quads hurt this morning, so like I'm not gonna do my affirmations. And it's like, what? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what else to say about that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know, keep you updated. But I think it's so valuable that like we need reminders. If we're trying to make a change, we need the pushes to get off of that train track, to build that track over to the other one. You can't just leap. You can't do it. At least I don't think you can. Maybe you can. I don't know. I haven't figured out that secret yet. Secret key, secret hack. When I find that, that'll be my video title. I found the secret hack to changing your identity. Anyway, it's cold. I'm gonna stop pacing around the parking lot, and kind of looks like I've been hotboxing my van. Yeah, I skied copper a couple runs this morning. I woke up like I wasn't too sore. I was expecting to be absolutely destroyed from yesterday, but it wasn't too bad. So got some errands done. Got back behind the laptop at the library, did some reading, continuing to read Dotcom Secrets. I guess I could share something I'm reading about, learning, because that helps you retain the information better to teach it. So I was just learning about, well, like the last exact thing I was reading about was value ladders. And I'm starting to like understand how this works. Basically, the concept is, how do I explain this? See, this is me learning right now, literally right now. How do I explain this? Do I use an example? I guess so. Like you'd start out with there's so much context that I need to explain. Basically, how do I explain this? There's a sea of, people on social media of attention, and on that, everybody's throwing out hooks to get your attention, basically, and to help you, I suppose you could say. You can think of the value ladder as I just thought it was like steps of value. Wow, that's incredibly helpful. I don't know. I guess an example would work. Like how I'm thinking about it is like you'd start out with something free content, like these videos that I put out, or like a podcast, or like YouTube videos, or Twitter, or something like free. Something that's free, that's not actually free because you have to spend your attention on it, which is an important distinction that I've learned in the past 2 years. And then from that, a certain percentage of people will find that valuable and want to get more value from you, essentially. And so that's where like the next rung up of your ladder comes into play, and that's where like you would offer like I don't know, an informational product, or like a course, or ebook, or anything. Doesn't really matter, but this would be like a low price product that would serve a very specific purpose and help people like get to some outcome that they want. And so, some percentage of people are willing to pay for that. And then from that, there is still a certain percentage of people that bought that would be willing to spend more money because of the value that they've gotten from the two products that you've already offered. That they're willing to pay more money for more value to spend or to solve or get to a specific dream outcome. With more certainty, likelihood of achievement, less effort and sacrifice, stuff like that. And so then you come in and have like, I don't know, another course, or like a in-person event, or live event, seminar, whatever. And then maybe that's like more expensive. And so anyway, you're building up this ladder of value. And like the amount of people that will buy at each new rung decreases. But the point is, you're giving more specific value at a higher price, but you're helping them in more ways. You're either like you're doing more of the well, I guess it just comes down to the value equation from Alex Hormozy, is like you're giving them more specific of the dream outcome that they want. You're increasing the likelihood that they achieve that outcome. You are decreasing the time that it takes for them to get there, and or all of the above. You're decreasing the effort and or sacrifice that is required from them to get there. So it's like you could charge $1 million for a product that gets someone exactly to where they want to be, with 100% certainty that they will get there instantaneously with zero effort and sacrifice. Like you can charge infinite amount of money for that. So anyway, that's what I'm learning. This is a long video. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for listening if you made it this far. And I'll see you tomorrow from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Peace.